This is the Talking Mac Podcast, episode number 38, Mac OS 10 versus Windows Vista. Don't forget, go to the iTunes store. You can type in Talking Mac Podcast and download all of our podcasts in full length for free. Hello and welcome to episode number 38 of the Talking Mac Podcast. We're going to be pitting Mac OS 10 Leopard to Vista. I've done it to Ubuntu. Now let's do it to Vista. Some of the Vista fanboys aren't going to like this, but I'm going to do a true comparison because I have used both plenty of times. Before we start out, let's give a shout out to GoDaddy.com. If you want to make an impact online, GoDaddy.com has what you need. .com names as low as $1.99, plus world-class web hosting and fast and easy website builders. Plus, domain names from GoDaddy.com are up to 70% less than the competition. Plus, each domain includes free hosting with a free website builder, a free blog, complete email, and much more. If you buy anything from GoDaddy.com, be sure to enter our code POD91. That's P-O-D, the number 9, the number 1. When you check out to save an additional 10% on your order. Get your piece of the internet today at GoDaddy.com. Some restrictions do apply. See the site for details. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. GoDaddy.com. Without them, it would not be possible. All right. Before we start, let's go into Apple News. Apple News for this week consists of Apple release and update, iPhone update 2.0 or 0, 2.0.2. Which doesn't seem to help fix anything. They were hoping that it would fix the 3G issues, is what they came out and said, but it doesn't seem to have fixed anything for lots of users. So go ahead and update it. Some people are actually seeing worse things. They used to have 5 bars on 3G, now they get 3 bars. They used to use 3G on 2 bars, now they can't use it. It falls back to the edge. Some people aren't experiencing good luck with 2.0.2, so make sure you know what you're doing before you go updating. This has been this week's Apple News. All right, let's dive in. Mac OS 10 versus Windows Vista. To make it fair, Windows Vista has 4 different versions, and it's 5, but just 4 here in the United States. There's Home, there's the Starter. Then there's Home Basic, there's Home Premium, then there's Business, then there's Ultimate. Mac OS 10 has 1 SKU, actually 2, but we're just doing client side and not server side, since none of the offerings from Microsoft are client or server based. So Apple has 1 SKU or SKU. Microsoft has 5. 4 in the United States, 5 everywhere else. So let's compare them. Since Mac OS 10 has all the features thrown in, we can compare Leopard to Ultimate. I'll compare them to all of them. Let's first start out with one of the landmark features which everybody uses every single day they turn on their computer, whether it be Windows, whether it be Mac. It is the desktop. Yes, I said it, the desktop. We all know there's a few things different between Mac OS 10 and Windows, and that is, on Windows, you have your desktop background, your files on the desktop, and you have the Windows taskbar, which includes the Start menu, which now includes a Spotlight copycat inside of the Start menu. On Mac OS 10, you have your menu bar at the top, your dock at the bottom, which shows you all of your open applications and all your applications you have slid into the dock. Also new is Stacks, which clears up your desktop. So the winning feature here is Stacks. Stacks is revolutionary. You can put files, folders, all inside of Stacks, so they don't clutter up your desktop. We all know one of the biggest hindrances to is the desktop. When you have a cluttered desktop, it's hard to find things. So out of 5, I give Mac OS 10, of course, a 5, and Windows a 3, because that Spotlight is not in a convenient location. Also, the Start menu is very, very, very cluttered, especially if you get lots of applications. One of the next things is the Finder, which is Windows Explorer. on Windows, in Windows. So the Finder offers 4 different views. There's list, tab, icon, and cover flow. And with macOS 10, you can look over to the sidebar. You can see all of your devices, your shared devices, your places, and you can search for different things via these smart folders that you can see all the images, all the movies, all the documents. You can see what you searched for today, yesterday, in the past week. It's really exciting and really cool. Plus, it's way easier to connect to a server from the Finder. I do this every single day. I connect to a server, which holds all of my music and all my videos and all the files for this podcast and all the files for other podcasts and all other different kinds of files. It's right down the hall, but I use it as a server. So it's very easy. Just press Command-K, connect, very simple. In Windows, you got to go through a lot of other things like mounting this and that, typing this and that, IP address. Really confusing, really hard. And also in the Finder, there's a cool feature called Quick Look, where you can just tap the spacebar or tap the Quick Look icon, and you can get an instant preview of just about any file document, including Office documents, pictures, movies, PowerPoint, iWork documents. They're pretty much all ready and available right there. You can see them without even opening the application. Now that is amazing. Time Machine. Windows has something called I forgot the name of it now, but it's not like Time Machine. It basically makes incremental backups, not really backups, but images of your computer so you can restore it at a different state. I must say, when I had my Windows laptop, I did use this feature where I did a few things and installed a few programs that I thought were antivirus, but were a virus themselves, and I wanted to go back in time to restore the machine. This is called System Restore. And I was able to do that, and everything went well. So I will give Windows that feature. But let's go back to the Finder. Out of 5, I give Finder 5, give Windows 2. Because it's not really organized, and I would like a spotlight search feature in Windows there. Time Machine obviously gets a 5. It works beautifully, stellar, beautifully designed. Windows startup thing, I'll give it a 4 because it works for what it does, but it will not help you retrieve files that you deleted. If you don't want to restore the whole system, you just want to retrieve a file that you accidentally deleted, that's not going to work for that. The next one is Mail, and now I think all PCs come with Outlook Express, or whatever they call it now. Windows Mail, is that what they call it now? Well, I use Apple Mail. Let's see, let me go to my mail now. Have it open right here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts in my Apple mailbox, and it works beautifully, stellar, rock star, 5 stars. You can even sync up notes and stuff with your IMAP servers as well. Spaces, this is the big boy. This one is definitely hot. And I did say definitely like 6 times. Definitely. Okay. So Spaces, I think you can sign up to how many spaces? 12? I think it's even more than that. But I have 8. And it works stellar because you can assign applications to different spaces, so they open up in different spaces. I have 8 desktops on one screen. I can go between them. I can keep things separate. I can get all of my movie apps in one, all of my productivity apps in another, all my entertainment apps in another, all my web designing apps in another. And that's great because I have all of CS3 installed in here for my web designing business, and I keep it all in one space. So, and then I keep my VMs, VMware Fusion and Parallels. They open up in its own space. iTunes open up in its own space. Mail, iCal, they open up. NetNewsWire opens up in its own space. Safari, I have an internet space. Windows has nothing like this. Windows just has a bunch of confusion. Well, that's all the Talking Mac podcast YouTube lets us fit in. But if you go to our website, www.talkingmac.tk, you can get the whole episode there. Also, if you go to Apple iTunes and type in Talking Mac Podcast, you'll see us right there. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time right here on the Talking Mac Podcast. Goodbye.